Thank you, Madam Speaker. Would Dr. Jeffrey Ribner please come to the podium? I'm going to enjoy this. In 1980, MSSNY established the Henry I. Feinberg Award for Distinguished Service to MSSNY. Dr. Feinberg served as MSSNY Executive Vice President from 1961 to 1982 and had served as President from 1959 to 1960. In 1974 and 1975, Dr. Feinberg saw the Society through its first modern liability insurance crisis and helped found the physician-owned medical liability mutual insurance company. Dr. Feinberg died in 1987. The award is given to the physician who has done the most and the best for MSSNY. This year's awardee, Dr. Jeffrey Ribner, has been working these delegations rooms since 1974. He is a past president of the Broome County Medical Society and has worked for MSSNY in many tactical capacities. Dr. Ribner was chairman of MSSNY's Strategic Planning Committee and chaired the committee to study MSSNY. He has also served on both the state and federal legislation committees and on the Budget and Finance Committee. He has sat on over 16 key committees and boards, including Real Estate, the Long Range Planning Committee, Judicial Council, Investment Committee, Employee Benefits Committee, and the MESF. MSSNY finally had to make him president in 2003 because there were no committees left for him to serve on. Dr. Ribner is a graduate of Princeton University and SUNY Downstate. He completed his residency at Yale New Haven Medical Center and is board certified in neurology. Anyone who has ever worked with Dr. Ribner knows he always does his homework and expects you to do yours. He likes to be on the receiving side of new information so he can dole it out like the power broker he enjoys being. He has mentored many in the 6th District, including Dr. Joe Maldonado and Dr. Daniel Young. As a matter of fact, Dr. Maldonado, when asked for a quote about his mentor, said, "There are 3 ways to get things done: the right way, the wrong way, and Dr. Ribner's way, which is always the best way." I can tell you on a personal level that in the men's room many years ago at this house, he asked me if I had any interest in becoming the president of our society. When I answered yes, he told me it'll never happen. And he was right. Fortunately, he never told me that I would not become trustee board chair and vice speaker of the House. Aside from that, Jeff Ribner is a fine human being and a very deserving recipient of MSSNY's 5-star award, the Henry Feinberg Award. It is truly an honor for me to present to him this award and to call him my friend. Dr. Ribner, would you like to say a few words?
I certainly would.
Payback is not good.
We have about a 25-year history of teasing each other. When he first called me to tell me I got this award, I figured he was kidding. And at the end of the sentence, he was going to say something like, "Well, you were going to get it, but we ran out of money. So it's not going to be yours." But I do have some other thank yous. I want to thank Bill, first of all, and the Board of Trustees for giving me this honor. I also would like to go back a little bit. As they mentioned, I've been here a while. So I'd like to say some well-deserved thank yous from the past. When I was a very young counselor, and I was young once, they gave me the job of chairing a committee that was asked to look at our journal, which had been there for 200 years. I think they expected us to say, "Journal's fine, no problem." We didn't say that. We found that virtually nobody was reading the journal, and that it was eating up all of our communications money. So my committee recommended, and over a year and a half, had the journal tactfully put to sleep and replaced it with a newspaper called the News of New York. To survive that episode, however, we had to have guardian angels. One of those guardian angels is here tonight, so Charlie Aswad. It's 25 years late, but I say thank you very much. The other guardian angels not here tonight were Randy Bloomfield, George Lim, and Stan Steckler. We followed at that point the special ops rule. If you're going to be brave, have plenty of backup. I also would like to thank two people from Broome County, Doctors Lasorte and Giordano. They effectively stood aside and let me advance, putting their own careers on hold. It was an act of great beneficence, and I will always be grateful to them. I want to just make a few comments about the present. When you get this award, you're kind of the elder statesman. So I'd like to say I know that this is a very dedicated group, but I know that many of you are laboring under conditions which are difficult and a wee bit depressing. I know in my own county, Broome County, our active membership has dropped from 360 when I was president to 140 today. If we look at the last 20 years of MSSNY, the active membership has dropped from 19,000 to 10,000, and that's difficult to deal with. Very recently, I'm still on some committees, so I'm on Budget and Finance, and I got our Budget and Finance statement, and it showed a total budget of $7.7 million and a dues membership of $3.8 million. I thought I'd tease Phil Shue, so I sent him an email and said, gee, you know, the model in my mind is $10 million for the total budget and $5 million for dues. Within minutes, he shot back to me. His model is $12 million total budget and $7 million in dues, but then he wakes up. But there are things to be positive about. First of all, we have a very strong bench, and virtually everybody here who works for MSSNY is part of that strong bench. But to be a little parochial, in my own area, when I look at people like the President, Joe Maldonado, or the Speaker Emeritus, Jerry Cohn, or our trustee, Dan Young, or our two councilors, Bob Hessen and Howard Wong, I feel really good about the future. In addition, I recently retired. When you retire, you can watch a lot of TV if you like, and I like to watch the Bloomberg station. I like the financial stuff. So the mantra now in healthcare, as you all know, is for consolidation. So hospitals are going into chains. The 5 insurers, and that's all that's left, 5 insurers are trying to merge their way to 3. And Big Pharma has become so powerful that virtually all medications see a 15% yearly increase in price. It's my feeling, however, that in that consolidation, perhaps there's a way out for MSSNY and for the AMA. I believe that these two institutions are the natural consolidators of medicine, the people who should be consolidating the many specialty organizations. So in closing, again, I'd like to thank Bill. I got a kick out of the way I was presented. I truly did. And in closing, I'd like to thank two other people. First of all, I'd like to thank Joe Maldonado for a superb year as an excellent president. And I'd like to say to Malcolm Reed, I know you're energetic, I know you're young, I know you're bright, but what I'm wishing you is luck. Because Napoleon always said, confidence is one thing, but luck is everything. So with those 2 words, I'm going to say not goodbye, but au revoir. I'll still be on a committee somewhere, somehow, forever. So thank you all very much.